Kristi. Today I want to share about how all or nothing thinking can keep us stuck and what you can do to achieve more wellness and joy. In my work, I've noticed a theme that arises which often contributes to a person's unhappiness. I want to share about how you can identify that and shift it so you can enjoy more happiness and increased health and well-being. First, you might think for a moment what unhappiness looks like. Unhappiness might show itself as dissatisfaction in work, a feeling weighed down, or unmotivated, frustrated with your state of health, or that something is lacking in your relationship with your partner or with family or friends. We know unhappiness generally doesn't feel good. As I share in my book, A Butterfly Life, our thinking plays a powerful role in how we feel and what we believe we can accomplish. One pattern of thinking that often contributes to being unhappy is black and white or all or nothing thinking. This way of thinking only leaves room for two options, and that drastically limits the potential for good things to come into our lives. When we bring more awareness into our thought patterns and make some simple changes, our work, health, relationships, our whole life can change for the better. I'd like to share some examples. I'll use my husband as the first example, and it's in regard to work. My husband has told me how he used to work a lot of overtime at jobs that he had earlier in his life. He would feel exhausted at the end of long days and was getting burnt out. At his current job, he's not required to work any overtime, and when he first started, his coworkers jokingly referred to him as 8 to the gate. In other words, he would work his 8 hours and be gone. Many of them would be working 60, 70 hours a week. Tony thought that if he agreed to work any overtime, he would end up having to work a lot of overtime. As he shared this with me, I reminded him that he always has a choice. His work also gives him that flexibility. Now, he's found a happy medium. He occasionally works overtime when it's an urgent situation or when to help out a team member, but he still gives himself the time he needs to go to the gym, eat well, get enough rest, and take care of himself. A second example of all or nothing thinking is around relationships. A common belief is that a romantic relationship must meet all of our needs and expectations, or it's not worth being in a relationship at all. In other words, I want that person to be kind and generous, have a good paying job, like to travel, be a great cook, pick up the dirty socks. It's kind of silly to hear it out loud, but many of us have probably thought or felt this on some level. In relationships, we also talk about finding our other half, expecting this one other person to fill in whatever gaps we feel in our own life. Instead, we might consider how some needs are met by a life partner, and some needs might be filled by friends or our work. Or, rather than feeling half of a person, we might explore what it feels like to be two people sharing a dance. Each person is an individual, and at the same time there is a connection. The two choose to dance together for however long, and hopefully there is love and happiness along the way. A final example I'll share is around getting healthy. This frequently comes up at the beginning of the year in New Year's resolutions, but it's common all year round. There is a desire to get healthy, and a person thinks he or she needs to make a strict commitment, such as working out hard at the gym 5 days a week, or going on a 30-day juice cleanse. What often ends up happening is the person gets too sore or injured, or otherwise loses motivation. It's too much too soon, and it's not sustainable. Same with dieting. Drastic changes can feel like too much and may not be the best for your health. It is generally much more beneficial to start small. Perhaps you commit to the gym 1 to 2 days a week, or simply take more walks, or start by reducing the amount of breads and pasta from your diet. over time, as you build the healthy habits, you can gradually add to them. With each of these examples, there is a healthy middle ground. All or nothing thinking comes up in many areas of life, including our work, relationships, and wellness. There is so much wonderful space and opportunity between all and nothing for more happiness and better health. The next time you're feeling dissatisfied or unhappy, think about that space between and keep your heart and your options open. Thank you for watching. See you next time.